ranking Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, our friend who's been on this broadcast many times, said yesterday that the FBI knew that the story about Hunter Biden's laptop was real, but they prepped them, and that was the social media companies, Facebook, YouTube, others, telling them it was false and that it was a Russian operation and it was foreign interference with an election and to kill those stories. Here's the problem. It was true, and they knew it was true, and the FBI agent is allegedly, and it looks like, lied to Congress.
Let's take a listen. This is a conversation between Joe Rogan and Mark Zuckerberg.
Distribution is decreased.
It got shared.
How does that work?
It basically, the ranking in newsfeed was a little bit less. So fewer people saw it than would have otherwise. So it definitely...
By what percentage?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's meaningful. But I mean, but basically, a lot of people were still able to share it. We got a lot of complaints that was the case. Obviously this is a hyper-political issue, so depending on what side of the political spectrum, you either think we didn't censor it enough or censored it way too much. But we weren't sort of as black and white about it as Twitter. We just kind of thought, hey, look, if the FBI, which I still view as a legitimate institution in this country, it's like very professional law enforcement, they come to us and tell us that we need to be on guard about something, then I want to take that seriously.
And the FBI agent said, I never said these things, and then lo and behold, Facebook comes back and saying, well, yes, you did. What are you talking about? Of course you said these things. And you told us that these things were false, and we took action based on your statements. And then it's like, whoops, sorry. Did I say that? And this is all under oath.
When you go back to this Hunter Biden laptop issue, the FBI would not answer Facebook when Facebook kept peppering him with questions. Well, you told us to be on alert for this thing, this Hunter Biden laptop disinformation. Okay, now we have it. What do we do with it? Is it really false? Is it Russian or in orientation or origin? And the FBI fell silent. So they put Facebook in a box, and they knew exactly what Facebook and Twitter would do, which is close down the New York Times or the New York Post series entirely. And the entire issue went blank for a while.
This all comes on the heels of a judge telling the Department of Justice that they were Orwellian in putting their thumb on the scale of information. And that should send shudders down everybody's spine. Everybody should be concerned about that, right, left, or center. That the government's taking a side and they're putting their thumb. You're talking about the ultimate election interference? That is the ultimate election interference.
Yeah, you're putting your thumb on the biggest place for people to get information, social media at this point.
What do we do as Americans? What do we do as citizens of this country? Well, we fight back. It has been a week and a day that we launched our new ACLJ Life and Liberty Drive, and we wanted to focus on the two issues that mattered most to you. We read all these comments. We're unique because we get thousands of comments every day through all these social media platforms we're on, so we get to see what are the issues that are concerned to you and your family. We know that the deep state, and people say, oh, what's the deep state? Well, you just saw it. I mean, an FBI agent was working on the probe, was on the payroll of the Russians, is real. It's pulling strings on the most of the mainstream media, including control over social media companies. And that means information you're sharing could be part of this. We know that the Biden administration used the FBI to try to squelch that whole Hunter Biden laptop story, which was election interference. And that's what it is. That's what you got to call it. And last month, a federal judge shut down what the Biden administration was doing as, quote, Orwellian in their efforts to control social media and censor posts that they didn't agree with or didn't agree with his agenda. So today, the Biden administration is challenging that order. We're meeting that challenge, and we'll file the brief in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. We're fighting to protect your First Amendment rights in federal courts, and this is where you come in. We're representing two FBI whistleblowers against the kind of Biden corruption that we've talked about. I'll be blunt, these legal teams are expensive. Logan told you that. And we've got more of them coming. Your financial support is essential. During our Life and Liberty Drive, your gift will be doubled, dollar for dollar, doubling your impact to beat back these attacks on your constitutional freedoms. Folks, it's the most important drive we've ever initiated at the ACLJ. It's our Life and Liberty Drive, and I want you to be part of it. ACLJ.org, Life and Liberty Drive. Sign it today. Again, ACLJ.org.